So today I am going to explain losses in a transformer, open circuit test and short circuit test in a transformer. Okay, let us start. So friends, losses in a transformer means in transformer there are two types of losses are there. Okay, what are there? First type losses is no load losses. Okay, no load losses, and second type loss is load losses. Okay, these are the two types of losses occur in a transformer. Okay, in no load losses again there are two types losses are there. Okay, hysteresis loss. Okay, hysteresis loss and eddy current loss and eddy current loss. Okay, in load loss there are only one loss is there, that is copper loss. That is copper loss. Okay, so copper loss occur in the load losses, and hysteresis loss and eddy current loss comes in the no load losses. Okay, so I will tell you in shortly what is hysteresis loss and what is eddy current loss. Okay, so friends, hysteresis loss means hysteresis loss due to the cyclic variation of a magnetic flux in the ferrous material, means we are magnetizing the core and demagnetizing the core frequently. Okay, so due to this the loss will occur, that is hysteresis loss. Okay, in hysteresis loss we lost the energy. This is very important. In hysteresis loss we lost the energy by magnetizing and demagnetizing the transformer core. Okay, so this type of loss we will say hysteresis loss. So here the important point is, in hysteresis loss what we will lose? Okay, we will lose the energy. Okay, we magnetizing the transformer and demagnetizing the primary winding and magnetizing the primary winding. In this process we will lose the energy. This loss we will say hysteresis loss. Okay friend, this is clear. So eddy current loss means when we give the supply to the primary winding, the flux is set up. Okay, this flux creates a induced EMF in the primary winding. Correct? Induced EMF and current also. That induced current, according to Lenz law, which opposes the supply current. Okay, which leads to eddy current loss. In eddy current loss, what we will lose? In eddy current loss, the winding becomes heat. Okay, the winding becomes heat. Okay, the winding becomes heat. Because of winding heat, the resistance is high. Okay, resistance is increases. Okay, resistance is increases. If resistance is increases, the voltage drop occurs. Okay, voltage drop occurs. Okay, so eddy current loss means we lost the voltage. Okay, we lost the voltage because of eddy current. Okay, what is eddy current? The induced current which opposes the supply voltage by Lenz law. Okay, in this process we will lose the voltage. This loss we will say eddy current loss. Okay friend, this is clear. In copper loss means it's a ohmic loss. Okay, ohmic loss. The another name is ohmic loss. So due to eddy current will the winding becomes heat. Okay, the winding becomes heat, the ohmic loss, because this is a resistance loss. Okay, in copper loss we lost the resistance. What we lost? We lost the resistance. This is important. Okay, in copper loss what will the loss? We lost the resistance. This is very important point. So friend, this is the basics of losses in a transformer. So to find out the no load loss, okay, I will tell you the no load loss is also known as core loss. Core loss. Okay. So we should have to remember the other name of no load losses also. Okay. The no load losses also known as core losses. Okay. The core losses is also known as iron losses. Okay. Iron losses. These are the another names of no load losses. Okay friends. In load losses, the another name of load losses is copper loss. Okay. Another name of copper loss is ohmic loss. Another name of ohmic loss is I square R loss. I square R loss. Okay. These are the another name of load losses. Okay friends. To find out the no load loss or core loss or iron loss, we can find by open circuit test of a transformer. With the help of open circuit test of a transformer, we can find no load loss or core loss or iron loss. Okay. The copper loss can be measured by the short circuit test of a transformer. These are the two important points. So now this is the losses in a transformer is completed. Now I will tell you the open circuit test. Okay. Let us start. Okay. I will start the open circuit test. Okay. So in open circuit test, what is the purpose of open circuit test? To find out the iron losses. Iron losses means hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. This is the purpose. So which meter is used to find the iron losses? Okay, this is important. We are using the watt meter. This is important. We are using the watt meter to find out the iron losses or core losses or no load losses. This is very, very important point. So what we have to how to perform a open circuit test. Okay, I will tell you in the simple. So we have to take the two windings. So this is secondary winding. So this is the primary winding. Okay. So this is the transformer. Right. Here the important point is the high voltage side winding. This is the high voltage side. Okay. High voltage side winding. This is the high voltage side. The high voltage side should be kept open. This is very, very important point. Okay. Second point is HV side kept open. Okay. This is important point in the open circuit test. In examination, the question will come where to perform the open circuit test. Means the wattmeter, okay, means where we are performing, in the low voltage side or high voltage side. The answer is we are performing the open circuit test on the low voltage side. This is the low voltage side. Okay. High voltage side is kept open. We are performing the open circuit test on low voltage side. This is third point. This is very, very important point. Okay. Low voltage side performing. Okay. Performing. Low voltage side performing the open circuit test. This is very, very important. Okay. So friends, I will draw the remaining diagram. Keep these three points are very, very important. Okay. So to measure a voltage, here I connected the voltmeter. This is the AC voltmeter. To measure a current, I have connected one ammeter. This is also AC ammeter. Okay. So to measure the open circuit test, means to measure the iron losses, I have connected a wattmeter. Correct. So here I have given the phase and neutral. This is the supply, AC supply. Okay. AC supply I am giving. So voltmeter is used to measure the voltage, ammeter is used to measure the current, wattmeter is used to measure the iron losses. Okay, this is very, very important point. So I will give you the one more point here. The iron losses. What is the unit of iron losses? Or iron losses is measured. Okay, on which unit? Means in current or voltage or ampere or resistance. Okay, this type of current, this type of question will come. The answer is watt. Okay, iron losses are measured in watt. This is very very important point because we are using the watt meter. So that's why the unit of watt meter is watt. So we are using the iron losses in watt. This is very very important point. So friend, this circuit diagram is very very important diagram. The important point is we are performing the open circuit test on a low voltage side. So the question will come, why we are performing the open circuit test on a low voltage side? Why not we are performing the open circuit test on a high voltage side? Okay, this type of question also come. The reason is for the safety measurement. Okay, for the safety measurement purpose, we are performing the open circuit test in a low voltage side. Okay, this is the answer. So next, in open circuit test, so the formulas are there. I will tell you the formula. Okay, I will erase this one. Okay, so formula one is hysteresis formula. Okay, hysteresis loss formula. So this is the formula on your screen. So in hysteresis loss formula, what it is says, hysteresis loss equals to hysteresis constant into magnetic flux density raised to 1.6. Okay, so here the important point is, what is the unit of hysteresis loss? Okay, important point. The unit of hysteresis loss is watt. Or this is very very important. Okay, the unit of hysteresis loss is watt. The hysteresis loss is measured in watt. Okay friend, this is important point. So next, eddy current loss formula, eddy current constant into frequency square, form factor into magnetic flux density square. Okay, this is the eddy current formula. So keep in mind these two formulas are very very important formula. So hysteresis loss, one more formula is there. I will tell you. This is the hysteresis constant into magnetic flux density raised to 1.6. Okay, one more formula is there, into frequency into volume. Okay, volume in cubic meter. So this is one more formula of a hysteresis loss. To find the hysteresis loss, this formula is also used. Okay, you have to remember two formulas. Okay friends, this is clear. Open circuit test. So okay, in open circuit test, what are the points are there? The input power supplied to the transformer returns the main only core losses. Okay, the core loss depends on the flux. Here I will tell you the 2 points are there. Okay, the core loss depends on flux. This is very very important, flux. If the flux is high, core loss also high. If the flux is decreases, the core loss also decreases. This is point number 1. So point number 2 is, the supply frequency is equals to the rated frequency. Okay, means we are giving the supply, we are also giving the frequency. The input frequency should be equals to the transformer rated frequency. This is important point. This is the completed your open circuit test. Okay friends, we will start short circuit test. So this is easy is there. Okay, if we are reading daily like this, so one day our transformer chapter will completed. Short circuit test. First, what is the purpose? Okay, why we are performing the short circuit test? Okay, the purpose of short circuit test is to find the transformer equivalent circuit. Okay, this is the purpose. Okay, a short circuit test is required to determine the transformer equivalent circuit parameters. To determine the transformer equivalent circuit parameters, we are performing the short circuit test. Okay, this is one question. Purpose is clear. We have to find out the we have to find parameters, equivalent parameters. What are the equivalent parameters? Like equivalent resistance, okay, and equivalent reactance and equivalent impedance. Okay, these are the equivalent parameters. We have to find to know what is the equivalent resistance in a equivalent resistance, reactance, impedance. To find these parameters, we are performing the short circuit test. So the question will come, where we are performing the short circuit test. Okay, this is very important question. We are performing the short circuit test on high voltage side. High voltage side. Okay, this is very important point. Okay friends, now I will draw the short circuit test diagram. How to perform the short circuit test. So as usual, I took a transformer here. Okay. So here, this is LV side, low voltage side. Okay. The low voltage side, I have connected a ammeter here. This is step 1 is completed. Means this is short. This is short circuited. This is short. I am explaining the short circuit test. Okay. This is the short circuit test. Okay friends. In short circuit test, step 1 is I shorted the low voltage side winding. First keep in remember, I shorted the low voltage side winding and I am going to perform the short circuit test on a high voltage side here. Okay. Here I am performing the short circuit test. So as usual, for this I took a voltmeter, AC voltmeter to measure the voltage, AC ammeter to measure the current. Okay. Next, I took a wattmeter to measure the copper losses. Okay. So here important point is there. One more here twist is there. I am taking here, this is phase and this is neutral. Okay. To reduce the voltage, I have took the rheostat. Okay, rheostat is used to reduce the voltage. Okay, here this is the reduced voltage. Okay, reduced voltage. Okay friends, this is phase. This is the diagram of a short circuit test. Here important 2 points are there. One point is LV side is short circuited. Okay, second point is we are performing the short circuit test on a high voltage side, and one more point is we are taking the reduced voltage, okay, with the help of rheostat. So the question will come, why we are performing the short circuit test on a high voltage side, why we are why not we are performing the short circuit test on a low voltage side. Okay, this type of questions will also come. The reason is, okay, that the test is performed on the high voltage side because it is convenient to apply a small percentage of rated voltage. Okay, this is the convenient. For convenient purpose, convenient. Okay, so for convenient purpose, we are performing the short circuit test on a high voltage side. Okay, this is the reason. What we are for convenient purpose means we are applying not the full voltage. We are using the reduced voltage. Suppose 5% or 10%. Okay, this for the convenient. Okay, means I'm not using the full supply voltage here. I'm using the only 5% of the rated voltage of a transformer, and or 10%. 11%, 20%. Okay, for convenient purpose, I am performing the short circuit test on a high voltage side. Okay, this is important. So one more is a wattmeter is used to measure the input power, will indicate the copper loss. Okay, this wattmeter is used to measure the input power, which indicates copper loss. This is very important. This is copper loss. It indicates copper loss. So the output power is 0. here output power is 0 because it is short circuited. These 2 points keep in remember. Now I am drawing its equivalent circuit. Okay, the equivalent circuit is LV side is short circuited, so here this is a short. Okay, so equivalent equivalent reactance, the equivalent reactance it is like this, the equivalent resistance I am putting like this. Okay, here I am applying the supply. Okay, AC supply I am here applying. This is equivalent resistance, this is equivalent reactance, and this is shorted. Okay, this is shorted, that's why the secondary voltage is 0. Okay friends, this is important. This is the equivalent circuit diagram of a short circuit diagram. Okay, so in this again I have to calculate the equivalent resistance. How to calculate the equivalent resistance? How to calculate the equivalent reactance? How to calculate the equivalent impedance? Okay, to this I have to use this formula. Okay, what is the formula? Okay, this is completed work. Okay, here I have to find high voltage side equivalent resistance. EH, high voltage side equivalent resistance is how much? Okay, high voltage side equivalent reactance is how much? High voltage side equivalent impedance is how much? Okay, I have to find these 3 parameters. To find out these parameters, and these are the formulas are there. Okay, this is the formula on your screen. With the help of this formula, we can find the equivalent resistance, equivalent reactance, and equivalent impedance. Okay friends, so where REH means measured in ohm, reactance is also measured in ohm, the impedance is also measured in ohm. Okay, so here the ISH and VSC, PSC, these are the ampere, volt and watt meter. These are the readings. Okay friends. So friends, I will solve one small problem. Okay, on this formula I will solve a small formula. So this is the formula. Before solving any problem, we have to write down the given data. Okay, so the given data is short circuited voltage is given how much? 72 volt. Next ISC short circuited current is given how much? 8.33 ampere. Next short circuited power is given how much? 268 watt. What is asked here? Obtain the equivalent transformer parameters of the high voltage side. Means we have to calculate high voltage side equivalent resistance is how much. We have to calculate high voltage side reactance is how much, and also we have to calculate high voltage side impedance is how much. These parameters we have to calculate. Okay, so we know the formula to find out the equivalent high resistance. The formula is RESH equals to PSC divided by I square SC. Okay, PSC is how much given? 268 divided by I is how much? 8.33. Okay, square. So the answer is how much? RESS 3.86 ohm. Okay friends, so like this I have to solve the ZESH. The ZESH formula is okay, VSC divided by ISC. So VSC is how much? 72. ISC is 8.33. So ZEH equals to how much we are getting? 8.64 ohm. Okay friends, now I will find the ZSH, XCH, equivalent reactance. To find the equivalent reactance, the formula becomes Z square minus R square. Okay, ZY square means 8.64 minus R is 3.86. Okay, after solving, I will find the reactance is 7.73. Okay friends, in this way we have to calculate the short circuit test equivalent transformer equivalent parameters. Okay friends, so next we will see the other topic. Okay, thanks for watching my YouTube channel.